My family got involved with ESP when I was in middle school and high school. I had an aunt who lived in Savannah having Down syndrome. We were able to see the joy that she lived in every day, led us to try and find something locally that we could give back to. As I grew up and got married, was able to expose my wife, Camille, to the functions along with me. We were able to show her how much joy these folks with disabilities have, who are willing to be not only your best advocate, but you want to be an advocate for them as well.
So Cole had been telling me about the talent show, and so we made plans to attend the talent show at the Classic Center and then go to the dinner afterwards. And that day came around and I just was not feeling the greatest. I felt funny, and then we got there and obviously went through the night. I think at that moment I thought if I was ever faced with a child with a disability, I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know who to turn to. And it never really crossed my mind that I would even ever have to face that one day. The next day I still felt a little funny and took a pregnancy test and realized that I was pregnant with Finn. Everything at birth was normal. We were first-time parents and obviously didn't know what to expect, but he was babbling and cooing and just laughing all the time. By year 1, he had started to say bye-bye and dada and things like that, crawling and walking at the time that he was supposed to. So we had all those developmental milestones that he was achieving. And then COVID happened and daycare, preschool closed, and he was at home with us for a couple months with no social interaction. And that's when we noticed that the babbling and the short things that he was saying, they stopped. At that time, we blamed it on COVID, and we kept thinking, oh, well, he's not in a social environment. It'll come back. We really weren't too concerned about it until we sent him back to school. It wasn't just the language at that point. At this point, he's older and he's not being social in his daycare class, out in public dropping on the floor, not making eye contact with a lot of people socially. So basically all these things that were kind of hidden during COVID that we really didn't get a chance to see were now in the spotlight. Deciding to get him tested was challenging because we didn't want a label on our child. Me not knowing anything, I take him there to get, observed. You're going through this emotional phase and you aren't really sure, what's gonna come of it. At this point, I had no one to talk to. I didn't know anyone that had a child with autism that had gone through this. I had no one to turn to about it.
There we go, there we go. We're walking, we're walking, we're walking. He's such a good boy.
Finn's filled with so much joy. He's always smiling and always laughing. He's cuddly, he wants to be around people. Finn's joy is just contagious. He doesn't see anything wrong with anybody. When we got the diagnosis, we weren't shocked. You're handed a 20-page report of everything that your child's done wrong in an observation. I still remember looking through it, and it's just, there was nothing really positive about what he could do. It was just 20 pages of what they saw wrong with him.
You get a big old booklet that tells you everything that your kid does wrong, and doesn't tell you exactly what your kid is good at.
I think you just hope that he'll be loved.